Welcome back, artists. Today we are going to make our covers. The first thing you'll need to do is gather some supplies. You'll need 2 pieces of paper that's going to go on the inside of your cover. You're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock. This is going to be your cover. You're going to need your painting, a pencil, a glue bottle, and either a ruler or a pair of scissors. I like to use the ruler because the first thing we're going to want to do is cut this paper in half. So these are the papers that we're going to be covering, and you want to have about an inch or so along each side. So you can see that this paper is much bigger than what I'm going to need. So I'm going to start by first dividing this in half, and the nice thing about the ruler is that you can use it to tear. If you hold the ruler firmly with one hand and then you pull up with your paper on the other, you get, it's not the cleanest edge, but it looks kind of cool, I think. I have my 2 pieces, and then I'm going to determine which one or what part I want to see here. So I'm going to get rid of like this white part over here. So I'm going to put my ruler here again, holding tight, pulling up to tear. And we reduce the size of them because it makes it a little bit easier when we're gluing. The next thing we're going to do is we'll flip this over, and you're going to glue your board down. So when you glue, a lot of times you hear dot, dot, not a lot. In this case, it's a little bit different. You want to have a pretty solid line all around the edge. And then I just, for grins, put a little X in the middle. And then once I have my glue on, I'm going to flip it over and center it. So I want to do my best to get it in the center. Obviously, I didn't tear perfectly. This is a little bit thicker over here, but I want to have kind of the same amount of space on each side. And then I like to flip it over and give it a good rub or massage. So I'm pressing it down to keep it in its place. And then I'm going to flip it back over, and I'm going to be folding these corners up, but I like to, and gluing them, but I like to pre-fold. The first thing that you want to do is you're going to put a triangle on each corner. So you want to make sure that the fold is at the tip of the cardboard here, and you want to make sure that this is at a 90 degrees. So see how this is 90 degrees here? And I'm going to go around and do that for all of them. Once these are glued down, then the next step, and I'm going to pre-fold as well, is to bring up this part, and this gets glued down. So by putting that in the corner, you don't see the brown that would hold it, that would show up there. So again, you're just going to go around and pre-fold these. It's important that you fold it all the way up to the board, so you want to make sure that you are folding it up against the board. Sometimes if you aren't careful, you can just have the paper there instead of the board, which will make your book flimsy. And especially if that's where you're going to be binding your book together, it's going to probably tear on you. Now that I have all those folds done, I'm going to open them up, and I'm going to start with the corners. So I'm going to put a little dab of glue in each corner, a good amount. And then I'll fold these down and hold it for a count of 10. I'm going to do the same over here, fold it down, and hold to a count of 10. Now there's a little bit of oozy-goozy going on here, so you want to be careful about it. The glue will be covered up eventually, but You don't want to just make too much of a mess. And now I'm going to put glue on the top edge of the outside. And then again, I'm going to hold it. Now this, I get rid of some of that. Hold it for a count of 10. And I'll just do this to all sides. Now that I have all the sides down, they might begin to curl a little bit on you, but that is what this last piece will do. It will finish it off really nice. We'll get it centered, and it will just get rid of all the uneven edges and make it look nice and finished. So you're going to, again, glue similar to how we did on the cardboard, where you're going to put an X around it. You want to have a pretty good line here, or you're going to put a line around the outside. And you want to have, I like to put an X on the inside, but that can be artist's choice. And I'm going to pick this up and carefully put it in the center of my board. And then again, I want to kind of give it a good massage, maybe count to 10 so that the glue stays. And then the final thing that you're going to want to do is with your pencil, and you're going to want to write your name on the inside cover so that we can tell whose is whose. And now that you have this one done, you can go ahead and do your second one.